Alright, well, I thought I'd maybe do some recording here on the reloading process. Here's the Lee Classic Turret Press. I got the Lee 4-die set with the funnel. I got the Treetop Flyer powder measure stand and the powder measure. That's a Frankfurt Arsenal. And that CFE pistol. It does pretty good with that CFE pistol. And then I got the cases here. And it's funny, a lot of these I picked up, when I guy that does some classes, firearms classes. I let him go out on a shooting range, and I guess I just go out there and pick up some cases from time to time. And evidently there was somebody that was shooting a lot of NATO brass, because it's not mine, but it's 9mm NATO brass, and the problem with it is it's got a crimp on there. So I've had different things that remove the crimp. I've got this little bit here that I got from Lowe's, and I've used it some, and it does okay. You just flare it enough there to where you can kind of get the primer in. But this is a little thing from Lyman, and the rabbit hole of reloading equipment has no end. If anybody's wondering. But this is like a primer pocket, I guess, unifier or tool or whatever, but it works pretty good. You just turn in there and twist it around a few times, and there's other ways to do this, but basically what you're doing is you're just taking that crimp part out of there just so you can get the primer in there easier, and you don't bend the primer or crush the primer or anything. But I usually do a few little turns, and if you use this little bit here to flare it too, it kind of helps out a little bit. But those should be good to go right there now. And that's something you can do, before you get to this point. With the bullets I've got, it's these are Berrys, 147 grain. I'm just loading those up using the turret press here with some CFE Pistol. And my camera always gets in the way. But let's see, there's the sizing. And you want to go ahead and throw your primer on there. Seat the primer. That flares the case, and you go ahead and throw some powder in there, right here. Do that. Oh, where's the bullet? Stick the bullet in there. Go ahead and seat the bullet and crimp the bullet, and there you go. Should be good to go. Alright, well, I found my ammo checker, and some people will say this is probably not 100% necessary to do this, but one thing about reloading your own ammo, you're the quality control, quality assurance, whatever you want to call it. So it's peace of mind. It's double checking yourself. It doesn't take that much longer, to do it. Now, if I was, shooting a match, or some of these guys, they probably load, 400, 500, 1,000 rounds. I have no idea what they load, so maybe they wouldn't want to do this. But to me, it just it's quality control, quality assurance. And even when I'm using, this is a nice powder measure. It's Frankfurt Arsenal. I've never had any trouble with it. It's pretty accurate. And I don't weigh every single charge, but I will stop occasionally, and weigh a charge on this scale just to make sure that it's not, walking up or walking down or doing anything weird. Like I said, I measure the first couple to make sure it's dropping right. Then I'll measure maybe every, 5th or 6th load, or just, every so often, just to make sure that it's still dropping within reason. And like I said, this is just quality control. I'd recommend everybody, and I've already checked all these back here, but I'll just do it again for the heck of it. So you know, it's just you're your own quality control person when you're reloading, and it's just a good idea to double check yourself, triple check yourself, quadruple check yourself. Never hurts, just to make sure that what you're doing is correct and you hadn't made any mistakes. Okay, I'm loading up some 9mm, and Charles Irby was nice enough to send me these bullets right here. It's the Lyman 356637 Devastator, and I've got the Lyman cast, the new handbook, and there's 356637 hollow point right there. He said these are dropping around 130 to 131 grains, and so he said 9.2 to 9.4 BHN, max 1100 feet per second. So I've got the 700X powder over there in the Charge Master. This thing's not going to focus, but anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the 3.6. It says 1034, so that should be fine. And here's what the bullets look like that he sent me. And it's a really deep hollow point. Really nice looking bullet. Really deep hollow point. I'm really excited to try these out. Really super excited. Charles is such a nice guy. He's helped me out a ton. Gave me a lot of good advice about doing things and reloading. Very knowledgeable. So I really want to thank him for sending these to me. And I'm going to get a few loaded up here and we'll give them a shot. Hopefully I can load them up right and they'll shoot good. Alright, well, I got my first 9mm reloads done, and I think I'm going to shoot them through my old trusty here, P89. I did a video on this. It was a VR to somebody. I can't even remember exactly who now, but it was about your favorite gun, and I said this was my favorite gun because this is the gun my wife bought me right after we got married. And it was a big step for her because I wouldn't say she was anti-gun, but she wasn't really comfortable with guns or didn't like them that much. So this gun means a lot to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my first 9mm reloads. It was funny, I was watching a video the other day. A guy, Vanilla Gorilla, just subscribed to his channel. He's got some good content. I'll put a link down below. But he was talking about using a P89 as a you know, a test gun for test loads or whatever, because I mean this thing's built like a tank. But you know, of course, when I got this, it was right at the end, I guess, of the so-called magazine or high capacity magazine ban or whatever. And I think Ruger was, from, you know, what I remember, kind of instrumental in all that. Unfortunately, the assault weapons ban is what they called it, which was it's just a bunch of BS if anybody knows anything about it. But, and you know, we need to make sure that doesn't happen again, because it could happen again. You know, we don't need to get complacent about stuff like that. We need to remember where we were just a few years ago. But I got some aftermarket right after they became available. I can't really remember what year it was. I don't know if it was 2003 or 4. I don't know. Whenever it sunset, I got some. These are 15-round magazines, and this one I don't think is. Let's see. I don't know. One of them is kind of giving me fits. The other one works pretty good. So I got some of these, and then also a few years ago I bought, and I've never even used it, but this is a. I don't know, it's got 30 marked on there, so I don't know. Yeah, it's 30 round Ruger P89, 30 round magazine. So it's kind of funny, you know. The other guy, he was showing his 10 round magazine, and I had some 15 rounders, and then, you know, I don't know if this thing will even. Well, there you go. It fits in there. So, but you got all this down here hanging out, and this thing's is probably a jam-o-matic. Probably jammed so bad it's not even funny. But anyways, you know, there it is, my jam stick. I don't know if I'll even try to shoot that or not, but you know, it's just it would be nice if somebody would actually come out with some decent, you know, aftermarket magazines, which I can't remember even what the names of these are. I got them so long ago, but it seemed like one of them worked really well, and then one of them would jam ever so often. I'm thinking this is the one that would jam ever so often right here. Since I've got this one loaded, I'm thinking this is the one that worked the best. But anyways, for what it's worth, there's the gun. Got the 9mm reloaded, reloads loaded up, and we'll give them a shot, see what happens. Alright, first up is the Lyman hollow points from Charles. I'm 15 yards away. The chronograph's about in the middle. It's about 8 yards away from the target. It's about 6 or 7 yards away from me. That's a little better. I don't know what the velocity numbers were, but it looks like I'm all over the place. I'm shooting, the sun is like right in my eyes right here, so I can't really see where the bullets are hitting very well, and I can barely see the chronograph. But let me get some more loaded up and try them. Alright, it looks like I'm mainly left on the target down there. Mostly on line, mostly left, some low left, I don't know. With these sights, it has adjustable rear sight, so maybe I need to bump that over a little bit. These are some more 147 grain Berrys with CFE Pistol. Well, it looks like I peppered the target pretty good. I'll have to go back and look at that, and then look at the velocity numbers on those. Yeah, while I'm doing this, just for comparison's sake, I got some factory ammo. This is the cheapest target ammo you can buy that I know of. It's a Winchester, used to be called White Box. Winchester Full Metal Jacket target load, 115 grain. So, just for the heck of it, we'll see what this does. There you have it, Winchester White Box. Alright, well, I'm going to try to wrap this 9mm video up. It's been a long time in the making. I've actually done most of the loading and shooting like, you know, a month and a half ago, and I'm just now kind of getting some time to wrap it up. My first 9mm reloads, and it was, you know, reloading, so far I've really this year I've done a lot. I've done a lot of different calibers. I'm trying to do as many as I can before the year's over. And a 9mm was definitely a good one. The P89, I gotta give it a good workout, and I've still got quite a few loaded up here that I can shoot. So then these are another big huge shout out to Charles Irby for sending me these 9mm Devastator hollow points here. They really I really enjoyed loading these up and messing around with them. So thank you, Charles. You're just a great guy. I really appreciate all your help. Here's some numbers that I got. My chronograph, I don't know, I'm honestly thinking about getting a new one. I'm just not real happy with the results I've been getting with it. But anyways, this is everything I could get results from. Unfortunately, these are the Lyman hollow points here that Charles sent me. It's the 356-637 Lyman Devastator hollow points. I loaded them up. I think I used 3.6 grains of 700X, I believe, and I was getting pretty good velocities, I guess, and standard deviations was decent. These are some 147 grain berries that I loaded up with some CFE Pistol, and I think it's like 4.2 grains of CFE Pistol. And there's there's the numbers on those. Shot 2 different strings. One of them I was able to get 10 recordings. The other one I only got 9. And then the last ones I shot were just the white box Winchester 115 grain. And believe it or not, they did pretty good. Actually, standard deviation is, I guess these are pretty close. 18 and 17 and 15. I mean, it's fairly close, but the manufactured ammunition, the cheap stuff, actually did better than what I loaded. So I'm new to reloading. I've got a lot to learn. I mean, these are my first reloads, and mainly plinking ammo. Hopefully I'm getting better. Hopefully I'll continue to get better with it. But one thing I did want to show about the Lyman, the Devastator here that Charles sent me. I got, of course, there's what it looks like loaded right there. And then I was able, it took me like 3 or 4 times to do it, but I was finally able to get one captured in a milk jug here to see what kind of expansion you can get on one of these. And it's pretty impressive. I'll tell you what, because these are measuring, right at about 356 and a half. And then this baby here, and you can see there's the base. Still got the black powder coat pretty much on the back of it, and I mean, it mushroomed out good. If I can get any type of decent reading on it. So there you go, 6.52 and a half. So I mean, that's pretty crazy expansion. 6.45. I think that was the widest point that I had there. Yeah, there's 6.62 and a half. So not quite double, but almost. I mean, double would be like 700. So I mean, but it's pretty darn close, to being double expansion. So that's a pretty wicked hollow point right there. I definitely wouldn't want to be shot with that, I can tell you that. But I got those loaded up, and it was a lot of fun, and I was glad I was able to do that. I've got, like I showed you, several more loaded up, and hopefully I'll get a chance to get out and shoot those, and maybe shoot them in a different gun, see what they do in a different gun this time. But there's my first 9mm reloads. that I've done, and a big thanks again to Charles Irby. Please go check out the Reloaders Network if you haven't already. Go join the Reloaders Network and sign up for notifications over there. The future of YouTube, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But there's a lot of good people from YouTube, and if you've got a YouTube channel and you do any type of outdoors, even prepping or hunting, reloading, shooting, whatever, you can get on there. Just go over there and sign up and send an email to Loads of Bacon, and he'll be more than happy to put you on there and start embedding your videos on there as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Y'all take care. Till next time.